All right, let's talk about something incredibly sad that has happened over the last few days. This story from Dexerto says YouTube's SaveAFox founder, Michaela Rains, dies from suicide after online harassment. Now, the phrasing on this, I don't agree with. The idea dies from suicide, right? But they unalived themselves, which we probably already flagged for that. It says YouTuber and founder of SaveAFox Rescue, Michaela Rains, has died after taking her own life. The shocking news was broken by her husband, Ethan Rains, in a video uploaded to the SaveAFox YouTube channel on June 23rd, leaving viewers heartbroken. Real quick, how many YouTube channel or how many subscribers do you think that this channel has? Because I never heard of this before.
Oh, I'm going to say 1.5 mil.
Okay, Phil?
Yeah. I'll say
he's looking it up.
No, I definitely am not. I would say a little bit over 1 million. I'm not sure.
They currently have 2.44 million subscribers over on YouTube. Wow. Huge channel here. Ethan gave a tearful 11-minute long statement detailing Michaela's hard work and the various animals to her rescue, which included everything from fox to pine martens, jackals, and more. He also clarified that Michaela struggled with conditions like autism, depression, and borderline personality disorder, explaining that she was always in and out of different kinds of therapy to help her cope, trying, quote, various mood stabilizers and meds. So she was extraordinarily medicated. Nothing really seemed to help, Ethan said. Simple tasks were hard for her. Looking at her from the outside, you could never tell what was going on in her head. But even just socializing would send her over the edge. So,
I'll save my comments right after. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I already don't agree that the internet led to it. If she was already suffering from depression and all these things, and she was on the edge the whole time. You can't blame the internet trolling because there's plenty of people who go through things. Everyone doesn't do that. Some people get worse. Some people have better. Interactions with the internet. Some people have worse. Taking yourself out because of internet, because of social media bullying when you were already struggling with that. That's not the internet. I don't think that is. I think it could be. It could be an amalgamation of things, but it's you ultimately. It's not the internet.
I think that's actually really a fair comment based off of everything that's being thrown out here. The idea that she was heavily medicated, she was depressed, but the idea of and we're going to get to Reddit here in a minute.
Not okay, right? Obviously. It's going to happen.
Right. Which, yes, I think I don't think if you can point it at one direct thing, but it's an amalgamation of things. It's a total. But let's go and continue here with this. At this point, her husband revealed that Michaela had been a victim of harassment online from people she knew in her personal life, as well as other animal sanctuaries. They constantly spread ridiculous claims and rumors, and being the sensitive human that she was, Michaela took it all to heart, and it hurt her. It hurt her a lot. For years, she pushed through the pain of people trying to bring her down. But this time it went too far. She couldn't bear what she was feeling any longer, and she ended her life. It breaks my heart that someone who was so selfless and devoted her life to animals could have had so much negativity pointed at her. Why?
It's the internet.
That's all I can ask is why here. So Michaela leaves behind Ethan and their toddler daughter, as well as numerous animals she was caring for in the SaveAFox rescue right there. That is heartbreaking that she couldn't live for her daughter right there. That's rough. Blabs, do you have anything here before we dig into some of the response to this?
I agree with Flawed. If she had all these issues, I'm not saying that the internet is not guilty in this. Definitely is also guilty. You could just be a nice person for a change, and besides, she's doing animal sanctuary and stuff like that. What the fuck? Why are you being a douchebag for that? She's helping other creatures out who can't help themselves, So it's very, very tragic. Obviously, very tragic, especially for this little girl, the toddler, who's never gonna know what her mother was like ever, and that's just such a shame.
Yeah, it's definitely very sad. Given the fact that the internet's going to be the internet, and especially that she has such a big following, she's considered a public figure, right? And it's bound to happen, whether or not you are doing the best thing on earth. There's going to be someone out there that's going to want to knock you down, and then I think her husband, probably should have told her about this. If I'm not sure how involved he was, but it's just it is she already has depression, and she's heavily medicated already. She's been to therapy multiple times, so it's it just exacerbated everything. The internet just made it worse. So it's just everything that's wrong about whatever you thought that you had about yourself is just gonna make it worse from the people online that has control, that are completely anonymous.
Yeah.
But the fact that some of them are people that she knows still sucks a lot.
So, and I realize that our title says, Reddit unalives YouTuber, right? And you can only say something with nuance in so many words in a YouTube title, right? So it's kind of a blanket statement, and it sucks, and I'm sorry for that. But saying the internet did something is a very broad statement. Ultimately, she did this to herself, and people pushed her over the edge. People on the internet did this. Now, Reagan, who's been on our show, says, YouTuber I follow, SaveAFox, very entertaining animal rescue, took her life after being harassed by a Reddit call-out mob. She just found out she had a daughter, too. People who impulsively engage in cancel mobs deserve the same punishment as horse thieves in the Old West.
I disagree.
What's that?
I disagree with that last part, but yeah.
The idea of the cancel mobs?
Yeah, because someone doesn't have to be canceled just because people want to cancel you. People want to bully you. That's just people on the internet are dumb. That's it. They do dumb things all the time.
Reagan,
it's part of free speech.
Yeah. She was apparently on the autism spectrum, made hilarious voices while interacting with the animals she rescued from fur farms. My favorite was her fat, jolly coyote with a thyroid problem. Tried to watch a video her husband posted about what happened, couldn't get through it. In the near future, when cancel swarms like this become taboo, you're going to see people who took part in them acting like they didn't. Don't ever let them forget it. Keep receipts, and never, ever, ever let anyone like this into your life. It's just a repost. What's that, Flood?
It's a slippery slope.
The idea of
people saying things you don't like being considered cancel mobs, whether it's right or wrong, then it just all gets muddy. When it's things you don't like, it's bad. That's what it is. When people say things you don't like, it's bad. If they say it in groups, they're a cancel mob. It's just a slippery slope. It's just we put too much stock into what other people say.
Yeah, there is truth in that. And that's, I bring it back home to kind of my personal situation. I have a 13-year-old and an 11-year-old. And the idea of giving them unfiltered access to the internet is insane. They deal with enough especially my 13-year-old who's in middle school. She has enough going on with catty girls and stuff. So why would we want to compound that a little bit further? And give them essentially an unlimited bullying tool, right, for the internet. But this is from Reddit Lies over on X. Says Michaela Rains, founder of SaveAFox Rescue, just took her own life. 2 months ago, she was seen on the Reddit SaveAFox snark attempting to defend herself from her detractors. That's ridiculous.
That's where she messed up.
Bingo. She tried to have reason with these people, and it didn't work out. Here's how subreddits creators responded when she showed up. It's time to address snark subreddits. This is her right here. It says in 2019, it was commonplace at your rescue for fighting between enclosures. You had a fox. This is what she's talking about right here. And this person says, if you don't want to deal with the public, then maybe just stick to OnlyFans back in 2024. Anyways, so you can kind of see what's going on here and the amount of people. Apparently, a lot of this stemmed from just a couple different users, just two. Of the whole thing, but it was this person in particular, which I don't really know anything about this, but it was the subreddit was tiny, 19 posts and 91 comments made over the course of a year. And Flawed, I think you're right, man. At a certain point, why even engage?
Mm-hmm. It's not in good faith. You're not going to reach a logical common place with these people.
Yeah, a lot of people, these people don't want to have an honest dialogue or conversation with you anyways. They're just there to just make you look bad or make you feel bad just because they can.
Yep.
And they have no remorse over it. And if something bad happens to you, unfortunately in this case, they don't care. We were able to bully someone off the internet and in real life, so we're going to continue doing this crap again. So
it's just
so don't, if you have someone that's doesn't want, like you said, not in good faith, doesn't want to have a dialogue with you, why engage? It's just sometimes it's hard to like look away at all the hate that you get. You sometimes it's just you just doom scroll and everything, but like it's especially for her case, like she should have completely avoided that.
Yeah.
What do you think about, this Reddit Lies goes into the idea that this SaveAFox snark, this snark subreddit, I don't even know if there's a side scroller snark. I don't know. I don't look at that stuff.
I'm about to go make one.
Yeah, please do. I don't know enough about this, and honestly, I don't care. Even if there was, I could care less. Like, we have people who watch us.
You have haters, like
of course we do, right? Yeah. But all these people are like mentally unwell. So why would I want to listen to somebody who's mentally broken? Right?
They don't stop the success.
Right. And so like what happens? So like you put that in perspective. Like, let's just say side scrollers. I listen to people who are like, man, you should do more screw attack content or whatever, or you're a whatever. Like, and I was like, okay, I quit. What would happen? They would just turn their attention to the next thing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who cares? They're just unhappy people, which is what you find here. But this like snark thing, this is first time I actually heard this phrase was just a couple days ago with the whole H3H3 lawsuit and the snark subreddit there. I'd never heard that before. But I don't know, like it says, the snark phenomenon exploded in popularity on Reddit in the spring of 2022. Right here. Snarkers is a snark subreddit users call themselves are gossip addicted women obsessed with talking down to influencers, right?
So why would you even there's no way I'm having a conversation with these type people. Yeah. That's crazy. That's what they call themselves? Yeah, no, it's insane.
Yeah. So you're basically sorry to interrupt, but like you're throwing yourself into like an arena where everyone hates you.
Yeah.
Right. So like you're going to be dogpiled on. And if you're not like emotionally or like mentally ready for that, you're just going to break down.
Which it very clearly sounds like Michaela Raines was not either socially ready for it, mentally ready for it by any means. And you understand, a lot of people who are autistic, they are hyper focused on something, right? Which made her so successful with this YouTube channel and this brand. She was so hyper focused on saving these animals that's what made her excel. But she got distracted by these comments on this tiny little subreddit, and she got obviously hyper focused and obsessed with that, which ultimately, despite how many meds you may take or whatever it is to, ultimately she chose to do something very, very bad and ultimately left her husband out to dry, left her child without a mother. And I think that's it's obviously sad that she chose to do this, but the true victim in this is her child. Yeah. That's the saddest part of this whole thing. So rough, man, rough. But you never know. You never know, right? I don't know. I had a comment pulled up about this, but I think it actually got deleted on X. There's somebody who said like, so what happens, right? Like, so Reddit wins. Like, how do they feel now, right? They're just going to move on. They're going to forget this thing happened, and ultimately, you wonder if this person or these people who are really hammering into these people, how do they feel now? Do they feel validation? They got their way. Congratulations, we won, right? Because there is that other side to this. Or, do they feel tremendous guilt because of something that they said that may have contributed to this? I don't know. Don't know. How do you guys feel about all that? I mean, do you think that they'll feel any remorse at all?
I was going to say, when Blabs said the internet was guilty, I was saying that the internet isn't guilty, but I know if I was one of the people who was talking crazy and someone did something like that, I would feel responsibility regardless. Like if it's actually on me or not, whether they have mental issues, I would, just because I'm a human being. So like I could see like it's a blurred line, but I don't think that they're responsible, but I would feel personally, I'd feel guilty about it.
Scrap Gamer says, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I would agree to an extent. There are some people who troll people or make people angry just because they can. Yeah. There are going to be a small group of people out there who just we got our way and now she's out of our way, right? It's people. There are people who like just don't care but there are some people that have like just the human nature in you, just like, oh man, I did something awful.
Yeah.
But like, how long will it affect them? Like, will it just like ruin their day for like 5 minutes? Oh man, that sucks.
Right.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, there are those people too.
Kongman over on X says, genuinely asking, do some of you have nothing better to do than to harass an innocent autistic woman to death? She did nothing wrong, nothing but rescue hundreds of animals, but now a daughter is without her mother, a husband is without his wife. And the answer is no. People don't have anything better to do. They literally revolve their life around this stuff. That's the saddest part about it. And I want to point this out. Scrap says, did anyone hear about the sad news with SaveAFox? They found the person responsible, Montez in her honor. Okay, so I'm going to say something that will probably upset you, Scrap. Ultimately, she's responsible. They found 100%. The person who's responsible. She's the one who ended her own life. And yes, she made, as Flawed said, you know, it may be an amalgamation of things, but ultimately she's the one who made the decision. She's the one who did it to herself, which it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but that is the reality, right? Otherwise it would be called murder.
Yeah.
And it's not. So it's obviously, it's tragic. What can you say? It's tragic. What's not tragic is Marius coming in with the 70
crazy segue.
Thank you. Appreciate that. It's good. Doing my best.
I don't know what happened. Where'd it go?
Just throwing it out there. You know, I mean, I see things like this, like bad take. Like I you know, I'm trying. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean, it is what it is.
Dave came in and said the internet is the form of all of other influencers lead to the death of Peanut the squirrel and Fred the raccoon. That's right. That's right. Peanut the squirrel. Rest in peace, Peanut. Eric Kaya says, Craig, maybe you should do an episode showing the online hate you guys have or
hate you guys hate.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, showing the online hate you guys hate. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I can't read either.
And how you handle it. Some are too innocent and don't expect it and don't know how to handle it or take it too personally. Yeah, here's the golden rule. I don't care.
I'm muted. I just want to say it's a bad idea though, because like you don't want to highlight anybody who ever like harasses you, because then they'll just do it more. So we can't actually do that. Yeah,
like you give them power by at least addressing them. And
the amount of people I just mute on Twitter go boop.
Yeah, and don't even ever think about them again.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't block them. I don't give them any inch. I just mute them and move on.
Yeah, they're just losers. That's all. Yeah, they're just losers. So why even give them any sort of credibility? Raymond Hurd says the internet was such a better place when it was the Wild West. Websites had an end, fandoms reigned, and mass harassments were too desperate to matter. Thank you, Raymond. Appreciate your support. Steven says, at the end of the day, the people who harass Michaela to end her subscription are the ones with blood on their hands. There is no excuse to drive someone off the edge. Steven, okay, so I think there's nuance there, right? In all this, I don't think it's as black as white. And black and white in this situation. Did they actively say you should kill yourself?
Right? Doesn't even matter.
Right. You see people online, and I realize that this entire situation, right, is very nuanced. But you see people online, and the reality is that you don't truly know them. Like those people harassing them, they probably had no idea that she was autistic, suffering from depression, dealing with all these things, right? They don't know, right? So they're just continuing to bully, right? It would ultimately I don't think it's fair to say that they did it because ultimately she's the one who made the decision, right? But there are contributing factors to it. So
I think in a free country where you can say whatever you want, that should be like the number one thing. You can't just take everyone's word like to heart. You can't, regardless mental illness, whatever it is what it is. Some people have mental illness, some people don't. Yeah. That's a slippery slope in itself. Just to start saying, oh, they have blood on their hands, and then you say something on the internet when you're mad, and then like now that is actually a little bit too far, and then they're coming after you. It's just that to me is just I don't agree with that. People say shit to me all the time. I have mental illness. I've done a lot of things, you know, but I never tried to take myself out over internet hate.
Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough, especially online. When you have any sort of audience, people find a way. They try to tear you down. They try to break you. They want to get that the virtue signal points for I was the guy who broke that person, whatever.
Yeah.
You know? And look, it's fun. Look, we all have fun with various creators. We poke at waitresses, you know, we poke at journalists and things like that, right?
What if they all ended themselves?
Right.
Everyone you ever talked about.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, ultimately that's not our responsibility, right? But we certainly don't want anything bad to happen to these people ever. Right. And and the fact that needs to be said is silly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sigrun, great to see you, says there's a legal doctrine known as the eggshell skull theory that states that the frailty of the victim is not a defense of a crime. A similar principle could be used against internet bullying.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
That's too many big words for me. As soon as you said frailty and
he's like, oh,
no. You lost me, buddy.
Do you have common sense? You do? Oh, good. Well, you should probably watch this video here then.